Hello humans, and I guess you guys know what time it is. You're seeing the Nintendo Switch logo. I usually make Fire Emblem content. I don't know why this is in 480p, but here we go. The trailer just dropped like 45 minutes ago out of nowhere for Fire Emblem Engage. So just like I did with the last video, I'm going to go through this trailer bit by bit, and let's take a look at what they've given us. I have watched it once, and this looks like it is a majority story trailer. There doesn't look like there's any gameplay, but there are a few things that I can see gameplay-wise and how they'll interact through this trailer. So I'm just going to go through it bit by bit, and we'll talk about it, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, let's get into it.
When your scattered memories return to you, you must fight on with the utmost divinity.
All right, so this is I'm going to stop this here, and we're going to break it down sort of line by line. So we have this woman who is dying, and it looks like she is probably a divine dragon, just like Alear is. I'm trying to zoom in on her face here. I don't see any ears specifically. There's like no claws or anything, but just by sort of the crown she's wearing and the little fanfare in the outfit and this little thing, she's probably part of the divine race. I'm just making an assumption here. And then she's got a hold of a ring, and I'm assuming this is probably Marth's ring because she's giving it to Alear. Maybe I'm just totally out of left field, but let's continue.
Gather together all 12 rings.
So we've got confirmed here that there's only 12 rings. Now, earlier on in my analysis, I had said that maybe we'd see some villain rings, maybe due to what's coming up later in the trailer, I don't think we will see any villain rings, and I'll explain why later, but 12 rings, it looks like it's the same 12 characters that we saw on the wheel in the last trailer.
When your scattered memories return to you, you must fight on with the utmost divinity.
So when your scattered memories return to you, you must fight on with the utmost divinity, or whatever it is. So it's confirmed again, Alear is back and awake and has amnesia, and it sounds like there was a conflict previously, and he or she have lost all of the memories they have. Here we also see a dragon, and it looks like a divine dragon. It comes in with the word divinity, and it's white, and it's spewing. It's like a blue eyes white dragon, right?
I believe in you, my child.
My child. Okay, so it's this is probably like the queen of the dragons or something like that, or it might even be Alear's mother. I don't know, but. Or maybe it's a goddess. It could be a goddess.
I understand. I'll collect the rings. I swear to you.
Okay, this is Pinky Promise? Really? In my Fire Emblem game? Have we ever had Pinky Promises in Fire Emblem before? I don't really know, but that's just kind of funny to me. And he just says, okay, I swear I'll do it. Whatever.
You. And I'll fight. I'll do whatever you want. Help me. Lend me your strength in this fight.
I am known as Marth, Emblem Marth, to be clear.
Okay, so that ring that we got indeed summons Marth, and he calls himself Emblem Marth. I don't know what the significance for this is. Is this the real Marth that we have? Is this sort of a multiverse, alternate universe Marth? Is it just the name they're going to give all of the heroes that we summon? Is it the good guy Marth? You know, hint, hint, something coming on later on.
It is good to see you. I was able to answer your call.
So he says it is good to see you, and he will allude to this again later on in the trailer, which I think is a very interesting point. But this implies that this Marth knows Alear from the previous time. And from the previous trailer that we saw, Alear is about 1,000 years old or has been asleep for 1,000 years. So, I mean, that just implies there's some kind of connection that they had in the past. Also, the background here is quite nice.
Because you remembered me.
But then a dark presence emerged. Sombron.
Marth.
I didn't catch that. Is that the name? It sounded like they said Sauron. Hang on, let's put subtitles here.
Marth.
No? It says Dark Presence emerged. I cannot get that. If anyone else has heard what that is, let me know what the name is. I couldn't really work out the name there.
What was I like? Well, you were kind, as you are now. There's no need to remember everything at once.
let me turn off the subtitles. But yeah, I mean, here again, it just confirms that Marth knew them before. And we saw some of the characters that we'd seen in the previous trailers. And there's fire, so that's probably Sigurd. No, I'm kidding. That's just Alear coming out of the fire. That's a pretty good shot, actually. Might be. Oh, this might be a good thumbnail. That's a pretty good thumbnail.
There's no need to remember everything at once.
Yeah, there's quite a few good thumbnail shots in this video.
Will you help us? Please, come with me to Firene.
So I'm assuming Firene is the name of this farmland area, which I think was the southwest area on the map that we had seen in the previous trailer.
Then alliance with Brodia took some doing.
Brodia is interesting. It looks like it's the warrior nation, which is what we're in here. Sort of the, I think this one was it's either the top right. It might have been the top right area from the last trailer. But here we're seeing some new characters that we haven't seen before. So it looks like we've got an archer here with blue hair. This pink-haired mercenary, I would say, just from the way the outfit looks and the sword. And then this one's obviously a mage, blonde-haired girl.
Their king's an ambitious man.
Brodia, the kingdom of might.
Yeah, so this is the prince that we had also seen in the previous trailer, and I hypothesized that all of sort of the princes or the heirs to the previous, or to the 4 segments on the map would probably be recruitable and unite with us.
I greet you as the crown prince of Brodia.
Solm is an open-minded country. They've always had good relations with Firene.
I hope you're hungry for fun.
And this one was the top left area, sort of the desert area, and they've got cheese and meat, and this looks like apples and pears. The textures, I don't know if this is just a cutscene or whatever, but they already look better than Three Houses textures did, am I right? So yeah, this is the other, probably the princess.
That's what's on the menu first.
Like you mean that, huh?
I don't know who this is, but that guy looks like an archer.
Brodia isn't in the alliance.
We know it's Snow.
Isn't in the alliance.
That's what's on the menu first.
Like you mean that, huh?
Okay, so it looks like those 3 regions all have some kind of alliance, because right here they're saying, we'll hear what the name of this country is right now, or this region.
Take it Illusia isn't in the
Illusia, I think.
We know it's snowy there with long winters, and that some Illusians worship the Fell Dragon.
Okay, so it's confirmed that the ice area is named Illusia, and they're not in the alliance, and they worship the Fell Dragon. So this is looking to be our quote-unquote evil area. And this is our first look at our Solon, our Garneth, or whatever character, right? It looks like, the black nail polish, the silvery gray hair, the purple eyes, the very obviously evil look. And this is probably the original or the initial schemer in Fire Emblem Engage before we hit the final boss.
And that some Illusians worship the Fell Dragon.
Come a little closer. I'll give you a good long look.
All right, so here we're getting our first look at some other new characters. There's a lot of new characters in this trailer. This one looks like another possibly mercenary because of the pauldron here and again the sword. I have no idea what kind of class this girl is. Maybe it's the trickster class? Looks like a clown. It's got the heart shape on the cheek, the pink and white hair, the very obviously either a boss or a recruitable character. It's pretty decent design. I'm not complaining. I like it. And gives me kind of Hisoka vibes from Hunter x Hunter. So if she can be half the character he is, I'll be very pleased. But it seems like either a villainous character or an initially antagonistic character, possibly someone you can recruit. And then we have here, I don't know if she's holding an axe. So maybe this is sort of a berserker. Maybe it's a wyvern rider. It's got like the little cat girl hair kind of vibe. Sort of giving me like a pseudo Camilla kind of deal. But we've got 3 ladies, and it looks like we're not in the snow area anymore. So maybe there's a conflict in sort of one of the mountainous regions here.
Come a little closer. I'll give you a good long look.
I like this one. And this one obviously is like a Millig knight or whatever it is, the wyvern sorcerer kind of deal. You can tell initially evil, definitely got the color scheme. She's got great outfit, great character design. I'm really digging it. I don't know what this spike on the hand is. That's kind of weird, but overall looks great. in the previous trailer, it looked like this one was recruitable. So this one might be sort of the girl from the ice area who initially starts with the villains and then comes along with us.
I will now take your lives, your souls, and the rings.
Yeah, so... Oh, I like this. A very nice evil smile, great eyes, just kind of like overall excellent seductress, enchantress. Actually gives me kind of like Sonya vibes from Echoes. Obviously, Sonya wasn't evil, but she's definitely working with the villains, says she's going to take the lives, the souls, and the rings. I don't know if there's any significance to the word souls in here. There seems to be a little bit of a give and take with the past heroes. So maybe if you take someone's souls, you can use them in some way, shape, or form to reincarnate them as rings. Or maybe they've just got a necromancer of some sort. I have no idea. This one I had briefly seen, but it looks like our elderly evil dude is meeting with what looks like the Fell Dragon's body.
He is not yet at full strength.
And we can easily see the legs here with the little claws, and then they curve upwards. So this person is definitely not human. You can tell they've got like sort of a different kind of design. And there's a lot of details in this trailer. But yeah, this is the king of Brodia, I'm assuming, who's the ambitious guy. And I had initially thought that this guy might be an antagonist, but here we're seeing sort of the villain's hand, I think. Do we see the fingernails? Yeah, so there's the black fingernails and the purple ring. So this is definitely the old guy, and he grabs the sword with his hand, and it looks like he's probably going to kill this dude because dads in Fire Emblem don't exactly make it. And then here we have another sorcerer fighting Alear. And this one sounds like a woman voice. I'm just going to rewind really quickly again because I missed what they said since I was talking over it. So it says they've got another emblem ring in its possession, and then when this person takes out the ring, it turns to purple. Now, we've already seen that our rings on Alear are blue, which sort of seems to signify that the wearer of the ring dictates the affinity of whoever comes out of the ring.
Well, isn't this tragic?
Here we've got some more character designs. Now, these are obviously sort of our villains, and I love it when villains have sort of this group and they all have unique designs and they all look great and they're all, distinct personalities. One thing I'm really enjoying about Engage is definitely the more unique type of designs here to the villains. In Three Houses, I don't think the villains were very well designed. They seemed sort of more bland. Here, they're far more colorful. You can easily tell, like, this guy's a knight. This woman is some sort of sorcerer. This guy seems like he's a thief or an assassin. I don't know who this one is, but that's sort of my go-to inclination. When I look at a character and I can tell sort of immediately off the bat a little bit about their personality and what they're going to be and something like that. Like, these are all, they've got their own quirks and you can kind of tell.
Well, isn't this tragic? By virtue of your science, we will now kill every living soul in this castle one by one.
So we've got the obligatory kill every last one of them, except it's not as epic as it was in the Three Houses trailer, but, we'll give it to them.
I detest violence, but I will always fight to defend the innocent.
So there we got our first look at Roy coming out with the Brodian Prince. So there you go for anyone who was waiting for the Roy teaser. Celica. And this one is the one that I had initially thought was going to be the princess of sort of the southwestern thing, but it looks like it's actually a divine dragon. Some of the people in my comments section had corrected me on that because of the way the feathers are in the hair and sort of the design. And now she's just saying she's just passing through.
Looking for someone, really.
Still.
And then here we've got a little bit of a montage of characters that we've already seen. So this guy was revealed. Come on, hold on. This guy's definitely an armor knight. The video really wants me to zoom in on this one. This one's my favorite, actually, from the playable characters so far. I like her look. So we've seen this Pegasus Knight. We've seen that armored guy. This one, I'm not sure if we had seen. Maybe I'm getting her confused with the other evil girl with the red hair. Maybe they're the same person? But this also looks like she's a mage. I don't know, that's just kind of the vibe I get from her. A lot of stars on the hair and on the cheek. Kind of odd. I don't know how you would get these stars to stick that well inside someone's hair, or even dye the hair in ways in which the star would be very solidly formed, but it's a video game, and that's how video game designs work, I guess.
Still,
This one's a new one. I don't think we've seen this one before. I hate how it's like they tease them for one frame. Very obviously some kind of armored knight.
despite everything we're facing,
That looked like an interesting clip here. So I can't see this guy's face, and I kind of want to... I don't know if it is a relevant person or if it's just a generic enemy, and that's kind of the animation.
despite
But they're dodging Alear's attacks, and it looks like an axe unit, so maybe a berserker. It could be a unique enemy. We don't really get a good look at the face. These are some more new characters. I have no idea what these could be, honestly. But I'm glad they're showing us all these new characters. I'm assuming these ones are going to be friendly and recruitable, but also looks like desert area guys.
I'm calm. I think it's because
Oh, we saw Ike. That's the first glimpse I think we've seen of Ike.
you're here,
Lucina with the Dimitri guy, using a sword.
Marth.
And Marth flying back in with Alear. Did I skip the Ike part?
I'm calm.
I think I did. Aha, there it is. So this is Radiant Dawn Ike. Interesting. Even though the one on the wheel that we had seen was Path of Radiance Ike, and it looked like he was the brave Ike from Fire Emblem Heroes with the axe, but we can see here it's very much not the case. Unless these heroes, I mean, we've seen Sigurd use a lance and we've seen Sigurd have a sword. So I'm assuming maybe they're interchangeable, but for the sake of a cutscene, this is totally Radiant Dawn Ike, and I thought Micaiah was also in this game, so I don't know how that's going to work, but there you go. That's your representation.
I think it's because you're here, Marth.
We are not going anywhere. We will remain by your side until the end of this journey.
So we've got the very classic power of friendship. I'll stay by your side until the end of the journey. And there was a nice little show there of all the heroic spirits. Obviously, we haven't seen Leaf yet, which I find very strange that they haven't shown him to us. We haven't seen Byleth. And who else have we not seen? I feel like we've seen a lot of them, or at least most of them have been teased. But we haven't seen Leaf or Byleth. We haven't seen Lynn, who was also on there. And we haven't seen Erica, who was also on there. So there's 4 of them. Maybe there's going to be another trailer and it's going to show those. Who knows?
You silly divine dragon. Did you think emblems were just a you thing?
Oh, never mind. There's Lynn. Lynn looks like she's accompanying the evil dude. This is the continuation of the scene from before where he grabs the sword. So here we've just got a bigger view of it. And this is the clip that shatters my dreams. I was so hoping that we would have the 12 hero rings and we would have 12 villain rings. And it looks like that's not going to be the case. It looks like my other inclination was correct, which was that most of these rings are going to be, or some of the rings are going to be in the hand of bad people. And these heroes are going to be fighting for their side, thus the way it turns purple. And then when we save or liberate them, they'll fight for us. So there's Lynn. Lynn is using a bow. Also kind of fitting. I don't know if she'll also be able to use a sword or not. I don't see a sheath. I just see this kind of, I forget what they call it. The one that they put arrows in. Why am I blanking on this?
You thing? Not by a long shot.
And it looks like that was Lucina with red hair with this pink girl. So it looks like a Pegasus knight that she's riding. So she is confirmed here villainous with Lucina.
Long shot.
And here it looks like Marth's ring has been stolen. The fell dragon is in the back. And when the villain wears it, his hair turns red. So this is making me think. Alear has hair that is half blue and half red. And with the way that the rings are focused on sort of the blue hue when they're with the good people and the purplish hue, which is sort of more of a pinkish, reddish manifestation, it seems like Alear maybe had a dark past, and he is torn in between both worlds, and that's why he is half red and half blue. I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, but given the way the emphasis has been on the hair here, I think I'm not too far out of the realm of possibility.
Marth, speak to me, please.
And I think this is Alear and full red hair with fire. Arvis, is that you?
Everyone you care about, they are all dead.
The last 20 seconds of this trailer have been fantastic. The ominous music, Alear in the fire. Everyone you care about, they are all dead. I love this. If this is going to be the Fire Emblem that gives me a villain winning, it's going to be my favorite Fire Emblem game of all time. I'm going to tell you that right now. I have a bunch of thoughts that are starting to formulate in my head, but I just want to take one good look at this again. Where is it? I want to see his face. I'm going to mute this. Look at that. Now that is epic. That is most definitely Alear with a full head of red hair. So I guess I was correct. I did watch this trailer once before, but I wasn't really focused as I was now that I'm analyzing it on the fly here. This is very promising. Now, one of the predictions I could make is that there are actually two Alears, not one. Sort of in the way that Marth had referred to himself as Emblem Marth before. Maybe we have an Emblem Alear and a whatever other kind of Alear going on. That's a total possibility, and it could be that he's fighting alongside the villains. The other possibility is that our Alear loses control and we start playing as someone else, as one of the main heroes that we had seen before, that we gathered along our way. Maybe Alear is evil and then you have to kill him at the end. That would be great, honestly. It would be very refreshing, especially in Fire Emblem, for them to do something different with the protagonist. The protagonist is always like, some of the stories are great, and Genealogy of the Holy War stands out in that the protagonist doesn't always get what they want. Eventually they do right that ship, but having that here would be fantastic. So, I don't know. My initial impressions about Engage, and I was actually thinking about this over the last couple days, like, what am I excited for? I'm not really that excited right now. Now I'm excited. Because even when I watched this trailer the first time, I was like, okay, we're getting some story details, but now that I've sat down and sort of analyzed it on the fly for you guys and broken it down, I'm seeing some things that I like. I'm seeing villain character designs that I enjoy. I'm seeing, good more ally units that we've seen. There's a lot of characters. And the only thing really missing going from here onwards is gameplay, really. So I'm guessing we'll be seeing that come along later on in the line. But from a story perspective, this definitely makes things a lot more interesting. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think that's pretty much it for now. I've been playing Tactics Ogre Reborn a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys are playing that or if I should make any content on it. I was kind of just playing it in my own time pretty slowly. But yeah, let me know if you guys are playing that. And let me know what you guys think about this trailer in the comments. I know this is a 24-minute video on a 3.5-minute trailer, that's kind of what I do. I break it down. But yeah, that's it. And I'll catch you guys in another video, hopefully soon. I think I have a couple theories that I'd like to explore more. But yeah. See you all in the next video soon. Peace!